For today's movie review, I'll be reviewing the 1986 horror comedy TerrorVision, a film directed by Ted, I can't pronounce that last name at the moment, but he's the guy that directed movies such as Subspecies, Bad Channels, Dragon World, and Puppet Masters vs. Demonic Toys. And from what I could gather, this film was a financial flop at the box office, although since then it has gained a cult following, to the point where the movie falls under the category of it's so bad it's good. So the big question is TerrorVision a movie that's so bad it's good? As for the plot of TerrorVision, it's about this rich family who ends up getting this new TV system to try out, and while that's happening, on another planet you have this alien who wants to essentially get rid of his pet because it's become a big problem for him by turning that alien into a transmission. And the rich family's TV system accidentally picks up on this transmission, which allows this hungry-driven creature to enter their household, starting to devour family members. And it's up to the group of kids to figure out a way to neutralize the creature before it eats everything in sight. In terms of what I liked about the movie, in regards to the actual plot synopsis and what the creature is and where it comes from, it's actually quite original. I can't name another movie that has that kind of setup. The overall movie is fun, and the practical effects to the aliens I think look great. Even the monster itself, I can't quite name another monster like it, because the monster in and of itself looks like a rejected Muppet that's been exposed to gamma rays, then got fried in a microwave. It's both gross, but cute at the same time, and there's never a dull moment in the movie. In regards to the father figure, I like the way he says tomato, because his catchphrase in the movie is holy tomato, but instead of saying holy tomato, he says holy tomato. I just think that's really funny. In terms of what I disliked about the movie, when you see the characters watching TV, you see them occasionally watching some B movies, and I noticed that some of the B movies are ones I've seen before, and the audio to them is really off. Like, it looks like they redubbed the movie so that they wouldn't use the audio from the actual movie. That was just something that kind of bugged me. Also, this family is very loose. Like, case in point, you have the father who's going through the channels. He's like, we also get channel 69, which happens to be on a porn channel. And you have both the sister and mother are disgusted by this, which is kind of odd, because for a good chunk of the movie, you see the mother wearing skin-tight yoga clothing. You see a lot of BDSM paintings all over the place. A statue of a woman shooting water from her nipples. Also, on top of that, the parents are swingers, and they're totally just okay with allowing their guests to take their clothing off around the house. And you have this one character, which I really could have done without, that being the Medusa character, because I'm going to describe her. She's like a cross between that one guy from Fright Night and Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark. Now granted, in Fright Night, it made a lot of sense as to why the main character would call the horror host of that marathon, because he thinks, oh, this dude's a legit vampire hunter. But why the kids in this movie decide to call up Medusa of all things, I really never understood. Also, the characters in and of themselves are your very standard, stock 80s characters. You have the little boy that loves monster movies, the girl who's got the huge hair, who's into some questionable fashion, and her boyfriend is just some metalhead, whose name is OD, by the way, because get it? As for my final verdict of TerrorVision, the movie I think is just alright. Granted, I do think that the idea of how the alien creature goes from its home planet to the family's household to be original, it's just the movie itself, I feel, plays out like a variation of The Thing. And it's not my favorite movie by any means, but I do see the appeal of it. And before I give my final rating, what did everyone else have to say about TerrorVision? Looks like TerrorVision got mainly negative reviews. And so for my final rating of TerrorVision, I give it a 3 out of 5. So, what is your favorite TV-related horror movie? And see you later.